All right, today we are starting our two-point perspective cityscape. So the first thing that we have to do is set up our paper. So on the back, we're going to start with our large piece of paper. And on the back of the paper with a pencil, we're going to write our name. Okay, it's not a bad idea to put your section number or your period number on there too. Okay. And that's all you're going to do. So that's the back. Then you're going to flip that over, and we're going to start setting up the front. So we're going to use a T-square. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to measure across the bottom of the paper from left to right, 12 inches, and place a mark. So this should be the center of your paper. So I'm going to look right here. At 12 inches, I'm going to put a dot. That is right along the bottom edge. It's not up from the bottom at all. Okay, so I'll put that dot right there so you can see it. Okay, that's the first thing. Then after that, we're going to measure the left side. Here you're going to measure from the bottom up 8.5 inches and put a mark. So I'm going to line up my T-square with the bottom edge of my paper, come up 8.5 inches, and put a mark. And again, that mark should be right at the edge of the paper as well, not in any. So right on the edge. And I'm going to label that mark. That mark ends up being your vanishing point 1. So we're going to call it VP1. This paper is our scratch paper. We can make notes all over this paper. This is not the good project. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. So I'm going to measure up from the bottom 8.5 inches and place a mark. So I line up the blue part of my T-square with the bottom edge of my paper, come up 8.5, put my dot, and this is going to be labeled VP2. That's for vanishing point 2. Okay. That's the setup for the large paper. Now we're going to move to setting up the small paper. What we're going to do for that is I'm doing this all in a marker, I should say. You're going to do all of this with a pencil. The small paper is your good paper. So we want to make sure that we pay attention and we do the right thing on that smaller paper. So the first thing I'm going to do on my small paper is I'm going to put my name on the back of it. And again, period number is not a bad idea. Okay, so there's my name. That's the back, so I'll flip it over. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure across the bottom of the paper 8.5 inches and place a mark. So from left to right, place my blue part of my T-square on the left side of my paper, come over to 8.5 inches, and put a dot. That dot represents the center of the paper, but also where our sidewalk will begin as we start to draw. Now, because we move around and we don't have a permanent workstation here, we're going to tape this to our big paper. So I need 4 small pieces of tape. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the donuts with these. So I'm going to take 2 of these, roll it into 2 donuts, and I'm going to place it on the back top 2 corners of my paper. Okay, so they're there. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to put it on my back paper, my bigger paper. I'm going to line up the 2 dots. So there's my background paper, there's my new dot. I'm going to line it up so they're one right on top of each other, and so that paper runs parallel along the bottom edge. And I'm going to push those top 2 corners in place. Then I'm going to take and roll my other 2 pieces of tape into donuts and carefully lift this corner, put the tape behind it, push that so that it's in place, lift this corner, put the tape there, push that so it's in place. So now I have my good paper secured to my back paper, my notes paper that has my vanishing points in the proper locations. That's step number 1. Thank you.